So last night, Stellar stopped us right before we went upstairs for bed. Mind you, she's 3 years old. And she looked at her dad and said, Dad, can we make an agreement? I want you to read me 3 books and mom puts lexicon in the bed. Do we agree? And I just stood there for a second because I did not prompt that. I did not tell her to say that. She initiated it herself. A 3 year old already understanding that clear agreements prevent conflict. And that is not an accident. That is what happens when you build your relationship with your child on principles from the very beginning. Not rules, not punishment, not reward systems, agreements. Because here's something most people don't realize: the way you build your relationship with your child right now becomes the template for every relationship they have the rest of their life. Every friendship, every partnership, every working relationship, it starts here in how you communicate with them at 3 years old. Because if communication is built on fear and control, that becomes what they know. But if communication is built on clear agreements where everyone is considered, that becomes their foundation. And then you start seeing moments like last night, where your 3 year old naturally creates clarity before a situation so that there's no conflict. That did not come from me telling her what to do. It came from her living within agreements long enough to make it her own. There are principles behind everything I do as a parent, not perfection, principles. And they are available to anyone who is willing to live them. Go to my bio, read through them, and ask yourself, what would change in my relationships if I actually lived by agreements instead of reactions?